It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Knicks in New York. For New York, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Taking a look at the changes for Chicago with the departure of Tom Thibodeau. Just how big of an impact, Shaq, is his absence going to be on this team?
First of all, it's not a departure.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Welcome to New York, home court advantage for the Knicks. And so off the tip, it's New York. Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. They've got Taj Gibson, T-Wade out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Robin Lopez, and it's Butler in at the small forward. And that one's good by Noah.
And they get the first bucket of the game on that one.
I tell you what, fellas, I'm anticipating a good one here.
Carmelo Anthony, the third pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Now here's Gibson, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Wade outside, just 5 to shoot. Here's Rondo. It's rebounded by New York.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003, all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
And here's Wade, following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony.
Hey, guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
The free throw drops for Rondo.
Rajon Rondo, guys, really needs to operate in a system that's point guard centric. He needs the ball to be effective. Pushing it, driving, dishing. When he has to play off the ball, that's when trouble starts.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And for Rondo, he's almost a throwback at the point, fearlessly taking it to the hole, getting knocked down, and getting right back up to fight another round. The thing maybe against him right now is what kind of guy, influence, what is he like on a team, and how does he affect it?
That's a great point. And also nowadays in the NBA, there's more of a premium on shooting and spacing. So it's going to be up to Rondo to adjust to that new style. That's going to be the question. Can he make that transition?
Well said. Now here's Rondo, following the miss by Derrick Rose. The 11th footer. They swipe it. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Now the dish to Noah. And the layup is good.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kev, Derek Fisher and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Yes, Kevin, when we talked about this game, he said his concern was how to handle Rajon Rondo. He said, quote, Rondo has no problem getting to the middle of defenses and finding open teammates. We have to make him become more of a jump shooter. Let's see if they can do just that.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Wade passes to Gibson. Out to Wade. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Noah. And here we go, Anthony, heading to the hoop. On up the court. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That's on Dwayne Wade.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for New York.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers. Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Now, here's Wade. Missed inside.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And it's time for an injury report. Now let's check in with our Doris Burke to see how Rajon Rondo's doing.
Hello, Kevin. I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Chicago. Not what we wanted to hear, guys. It sounds like it's a very serious injury.
Doris, thanks for the update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sidelines.
And in the training room, guys. I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce back from.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Lopez over to help. Porzingis passes to Thomas. There's a screen. Lopez with the block. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Rondo. Butler's got his first points in this one.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Jennings, and the foul on Dwayne Wade. That'll be his second foul of the game for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis, and Derek Williams subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. Chicago also making some changes. Z's checked in for Jimmy Butler. McDermott comes in for Dwayne Wade. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Lee gets to Jennings. A three ball. And the Knicks miss again. Bulls trail by 7.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
There's the bucket. Good.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Passes to Lee. Shoots from the elbow. That's short off the rim. Greg, as you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could have used that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. So they struggled shooting. When they did attack the rim, only 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive. And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
On the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history, and Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play, and I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game, but he didn't get much playing time, so look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
Now here's Jennings, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. .54 seconds left in the first quarter. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And Chicago has possession. It's a 5-point game. Mirotic, soft touch off the glass. Mirotic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And Thomas with the stuff.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
32 seconds left to play here in the first. Mirotic, the pass to Dinwiddie. Out to the wing. McDermott dishes to Lopez. Missed inside.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And here's Jennings. Out to the right wing. Here's O'Quinn. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Lopez can't get it to go. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Knicks up by 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively.
Just getting to the basket more, being able to finish with the defender in front of me. I think getting to the line.
2 huge improvements for him. Ray, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
A chance here to get a quick injury report.
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with head athletic trainer for the Chicago Bulls. He told me that it doesn't look too serious.
All right, Doris, and hopefully everything works out for him.
You know, pro trainers have so much available to them at their disposal. If it's nothing serious, he'll be back.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Jimmy Butler is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Mirotic in at the 5 spot. Rose against Rondo. Here's Gibson. Jennings with the rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. He's got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injury. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
New York, no good that time either.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Wade with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Wade kicks to Mirotic. Right side Gibson. Clock at 6. Wade against Rose. And again, Chicago, no good.
And, you know, back to D. Rose, he grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Noah. Z's checked in for Chicago. Right wing, 0-1 near Jennings as he lets it fly. And the 3 off target. Bulls trail by 4. Dishes it to Butler. To the middle. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Rose. Here's Jennings. Got a piece of it. Dives for it. But he stays with it. Rondo with the steal. Butler on the way. Outside Rondo. Back to Butler. Gibson against Jennings. And Butler, here we go. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Lopez, he's checked in for Mirotic. And guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game. Some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot for an efficient percentage or become a lockdown defender, Kevin. He's an offensive catalyst. He pushes the action and he'll go on scoring binges, but I think he does more good than bad with his style of play.
Now here's Rondo to the paint. It's stolen by Anthony. And now the Knicks on the break. Takes the 13-footer. Rebound by the Bulls.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says, but still anybody's game.
Lopez kicks to Butler. A stupendous finish in traffic. Butler's got 7.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Thomas checked in for Porzingis. Williams comes in for Anthony. And Lee's subbed in for Brandon Jennings. The Bulls also changing it up. Doug McDermott comes in for Butler. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Seraphin. Oh, yes, the turnaround. And the Knicks lead by 1. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
And the pass to Valentine. Out left to the wing. And Gibson kicks to Lopez. And that one's good. Lopez has got the lead up to 1 now for the Bulls.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Rose, no good.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
And here are the Bulls now, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Made it on the run, too. And now it's a 3-point Bulls lead.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammates. Terrific pass.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
The Knicks making a switch here. O'Quinn's checked in. And Chicago also making a switch. Wade's checked in. Now here's Rose. Inside. New York moving it around. And there's the 3-second violation. Chicago with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. And it's Wade penetrating. Softly drops in the floater. And the Bulls lead by 5.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
There's 25 seconds left here in the second. Dwayne Wade on the wing. Feeds to McDermott. Pass to Wade. Out to the right wing. Drops in the tray. Z's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside Rose. Pulls it from the elbow. Shot is off.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Bulls out front, ending the second quarter with a massive 16-5 run. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. They completely dominated the second quarter, turning a small deficit at the beginning of the period into a 6-point lead at the half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end, because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
I really like how they limited turnovers. You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice passes. When you can play like this and cut back turnovers, it can add up to over 10, 8, 12, 15, 16 easy points.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Jimmy Butler, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
Porzingis is out there with Anthony, then it's Rose, then it's Lee, and it's Noah in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's Derek Fisher's 5 as we get going into the second half.
You know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21, played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, you know, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Rose attacking, jumper off the screen, goes back up, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you look at Joakim Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want, but then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts and the energy of a mountain lion.
So he comes up empty, missing both. And going back to Joakim Noah, he really is a hybrid. He holds American, Swedish, and French citizenships. He's truly a man of the world, and he's worldly on the floor. He can guard and play a lot of different positions.
And Kevin, he looks like a man of the world. He has a unique style unto himself, but I'll take the versatility and the hustle he brings on my team any day. If he's healthy, he's a factor.
The Bulls leading by 10. Rondo kicks to Gibson. The feed to Lopez. Back to Gibson. Wade has the open look. Another one falls for Chicago.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
Anthony with it. Floats one up. Here's Porzingis, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
But Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
And New York making a change here. Jennings is checked in. Mirotic is checked in for the Bulls. On the wing, Dwayne Wade. He kicks to Mirotic. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Jennings passes to Carmelo. Some solid defense from Butler.
And back to Mirotic last season. Per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And he gets it to go. Anthony's got it back down to single digits for the Knicks.
Got him with the turnaround there. That was as sweet as honey.
Wade on the wing. He dishes it to Mirotic. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Mirotic has got 6.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And Dwayne Wade, as we know, one of the best in the business at blocking shots from that off-guard position. Hard to think of a guard who has had as many swats as Dwayne Wade in the past couple decades. One of the best ever.
Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for New York. Anthony against Butler. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the 3rd. That's a 2 from Lee. Makes a big high bounce and goes in.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Mirotic. That's tipped. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's foul number 2 for him. For the Knicks, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Kevin Seraphin. And it's Lance Thomas in for Porzingis. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Z's checked in for Taj Gibson. Lets it go from the wing. Anthony can't hit.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Here's Mirotic and the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
Derek Williams, he checked in for New York. Rose comes in for Lee. Robin Lopez is checked in for Chicago. Bulls moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. Butler passes to Valentine. 11 feet away. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Butler's got the lead up to 12 now for Chicago. New York shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. Bulls always seem to be tough on the road, and last season no different. They would end with 23 road wins on the year.
And that number was good enough for the 2nd most in the East. Unlike shooting, it's very hard for defenses to go cold, and that's why the Bulls have been so good on the road.
.59 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Outside Rondo. Back to Butler. Lopez a screen. Butler goes in. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Butler's got 6 points in the quarter.
And guys, touching back on the Bulls on the road to illustrate how good they are on the road. Last season marked the 5th straight year of a road record above 500. Incredible consistency as a franchise.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Jimmy Butler. The Knicks shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Brandon Jennings hits them both. Here's McDermott. Here's Dinwiddie. Here's Lopez. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And both free throws good for Lopez. Outside Jennings. Just 3 on the clock. That's good. Jennings has got 4 points in the quarter.
43.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Bulls lead by 12. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Taking a look at the Bulls. At small forward and power forward, it's McDermott and Gibson. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Nice shot by McDermott.
D. Wade with an excellent pass there.
Knicks trail by 11. Anthony right side. Kicks to Noah. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. Lee kicks to Rose. Pass to Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. Noah with a screen for Anthony. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Butler, he's checked in for the Bulls. Rondo comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. And it's Rondo penetrating. Wade outside. Gibson the screen. Now the dish to Rondo. Wade kicks to Butler. It's rebounded by New York. Noah's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Passes it to Porzingis. Down low. He feeds it to Lee. Anthony on the wing. He's covered by Rondo. And Rose wide open. He shoots. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Wade on the wing. And it's denied. They recover it. Outside for Rondo. And Gibson now top the key. Lee against Wade. They get it back. Lopez dishes to Wade. Butler passes to Gibson. Back to Butler. They shoot again. And the layup is up and in. Butler's got 10 points here in the 2nd half.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek Fisher had some words for his team over that last break. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
Hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career, and I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
Chicago leading by 11. Stolen by Noah. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Butler with the steal. They're running, and here we go. And then Wade slams it in.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
For Carmelo, the numbers are there for him to be treated as a Tier 1 star still, I think, Clark, but it's hard to call him underrated.
Yeah, I think he'll be underrated until he's able to get to the championship round or maybe even win a ring. There's one thing that's clear, though. He's been under a lot of pressure since he's come into the league, and he hasn't been underrated in that regard.
New York moving the ball around. Noah wide open. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Knocked loose. Lee against Wade. Here's Rose with the second effort, and Gibson sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Brandon Jennings, who's checked in for Derrick Rose.
Brandon Jennings.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Rondo against Jennings. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Brandon Jennings has been getting it done. He has 8 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Here's Rondo. Wade outside. Butler kicks to Gibson. Shot clock at 6. Out to Wade. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
Good on the second free throw. And he nails the third.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Bulls.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Yeah, it's a fun way to play, and it's fun to watch, too.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Jimmy Butler. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Chicago with the ball. They've led by as many as 14 points. Fires the three. The shot by Rondo is no good. There's 37 seconds left in the game. Jennings kicks to lead. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback.
Well, I'm impressed with the determination he showed right there. Getting himself in a good position under the glass. Did his work early there.
Yeah, with the presence of mind, know just where the rebound was going to go to.
And then also just the niftiness with that tip in. Just a quick touch, again, before the defense knows what hit him.
First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits. Lopez hits them both.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
No, not at all. Not a real chance of getting back in it at this point.
Greg, you think it's over?
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It's a done deal. Forget about it.
It might be. Inside. Shoots the three. On the money.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler. He notched his season high and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Well, you know, when Butler's on the court, he's going to come at you in all sorts of ways. I mean, defensively, offensively, this guy can just flat out play. Let's not forget he's an all-star, too.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.